Okay guys, Mr. Bayona here. We're going to show you how to do scientific notation in your calculator. Scientific notation is a way of making really large numbers or numbers with lots of digits into easier to understand shorthand versions of themselves. Okay, so you have this calculator in class. Not very powerful, but it does everything that we need for this class. Okay, so first things first, we're going to work on some problems from your worksheet. Problems that say express in scientific notation. Okay, so I got an express in scientific notation. You think scientific notation, think the times 10 to the, okay, you're going to see a number, like for instance, this number right here. We're going to transfer it from this long number into something that says times 10, it's ugly, times 10 to the some sort of power up here. All right, now the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my calculator and hit second in scientific engineering right here, second in scientific engineering. So second and scientific engineering. Okay, those are the two buttons I want to hit. So I can make that a better second and scientific and engineering. That's what you're going to hit. And you'll see three options. You'll see something that says flow. You'll see something that says flow, sci, SCI, and you want to hit the SCI, right? The science button. Okay, that's going to make it so that everything you type in the calculator is going to be times 10 to the power of. All right, so now let's go back to this problem right here. All you're going to do is type this in the calculator exactly as you see it. Make sure you're in scientific, and you're going to get, so you go ahead and type it, pause it and try it out, 2.2343, and then 6000, 600, okay. And you should get, let's see, 2, oh, that's, whoops. Let's get back to our nice pen tool here. All right, there we go. 2.3 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay, pause it and try this video. Try this one out right here and see if you can do that. And once you try it, you can watch me do it. Okay, so make sure you're in sci to put things into scientific notation. 5.1 or 512.420.000. Hit enter, and it should automatically put it in the calculator for you. 5.1 times 10 to the 8th. And of course, there's a unit, you put the unit there as well. Obviously, if you know how to do this by hand, it's even better, but don't worry if you don't, okay? All right, so let's see. Now, that was simple, right? We're going to put this away. Let's put that way over here. Okay, next, we're going to do the opposite. We have something that is in scientific notation, and we are going to put it into standard form, standard notation. When you think standard, I want you to think flow, okay? You're going to let your numbers and zeros flow as long as they can, all right? So when you think standard notation, I want you to think flow. Like if you were rhyming on the beat, you'd want to make your flow as long as possible, 16 bars or more, right? So it's really corny, but hopefully that helps you remember. Okay, now what you're going to do, go back to your calculator, and you're going to hit second science engineering again, and this time you are going to hit the flow button, which should be the first one. So just scroll over, make sure flow is underlined, and then just hit enter. Okay, once you do that, and of course, if this is fast, just go ahead and pause and listen to it again. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I am in flow. All right. And then I'm just going to type this in the calculator. And of course, how do I type this in the calculator? Well, that's pretty simple, 4.62. And instead of doing a times 10 to the, I can take this right here, this times 10 to the, and shorten it into this, okay? I'm just going to shorten this into in my calculator, E8, okay? The E takes care of the E, or the times 10 to the, takes times 10 to the. So how do I put the E in the calculator? I'm going to, pretty simple, okay? This time I'm going to hit second, and then this E right here, these two capital E's. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, but it's right above the 7 key, this x to the -1. There's two capital blue E's right here. That's what you want to hit. Okay, so in my calculator, I would type this out literally like this. Okay, 4.62 E, and then whatever the exponent is what I put after the E. Okay, So when I type that in the calculator, 4.62, and this you'd probably want to have either in scientific notation or flow, just depending on how long you want the number to be. Okay, E8, and I get a really big number. Okay, 4, 6, 2, 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros again. This is really obnoxious. This is why we like to have it in scientific notation. Okay, I'm going to do this one really quickly, so just go ahead and try it on your own. 1.265 E negative 5, and we get alright, a lot of zeros. 0.00004 zeros, 1, 2, 6, 5. Okay, that's why we don't like these too much, because they're really annoying. I'm not really going to ask you to do that too often. It's just so you know the difference between scientific and standard form. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. This guy over here. Okay, last one. This is the point to why we're doing this now. You have these two skills, so that way we can do problems like this. And in the calculator, this is pretty easy. We're multiplying things together here. So all you would do is type this in the calculator exactly the way you see it. 2.7 E7, put parentheses around that bad boy. And then here, 9E negative 3. Put that in the calculator and you would get, and again, try it out on your own. And then unpause it to see if you get it right. All right. And of course, that's 9E negative 3. I'm just following it. Remember that the times 10 to the is abbreviated by E in our calculator, capital E. And when you're using the negative, you should use the long negative symbol or the short negative symbol. Probably the short negative, okay? 243,000. And of course, if you did that in scientific notation, that would be, you can have it in psi, right? So you don't have to write all these zeros out. 2.43 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 5. Right? That's the quick way. Okay, if there were a unit, you'd want to, of course, put the unit. Okay, 2.3 times 10 to the 5th power. Okay, pause it and try this one out. Of course, you have a division bar here, so make sure you hit divide instead of multiply. A lot of people, they make that mistake, so be very careful. All right, let's see, 15 E power is negative 7 divided by parentheses 16 E negative 5. All right, make sure you put that in the calculator correctly. You got a small number, but that's okay. 0.00, so 2 zeros, 9, 3, 7, 5, 7, 5, okay. If I did that in scientific notation, if I had it in psi, this would be 9.375 times 10 to the 1 to negative 3. Your calculator will do that for you, of course. You have to do it in your head. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know.